I would like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Miss Vasquez. Yeah, object to that. Was that by Edgeworth? Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't. He folded. I can't believe he interrupted the court of law to fold. Yo, this is the continuation of the investigation where we have just found out that Dee Vasquez is in fact a big, actual major part, an integral part, if I may say myself, of this investigation slash trial. She is the mastermind, hands down. She's proven it already. She's got ties to the mafia. Now we need to prove that Will Powers did not commit this murder and that Dee Vasquez is trying to pull some shifty, shady nonsense on us. Let's jump into it. Yeah, let's get into it. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Today will be the final part of this trial, the final day of this trial. I hope both the prosecution and defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement. In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was in fact Studio 2. Today, I will call on Golly, off to a terrible start. Today, I will call on people present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. From their testimonies, the truth will become clear. Very well. Edgeworth seems to be a bit on edge today. You may call your witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls Miss Dee Vasquez to the stand. Miss Dee Vasquez is a producer who was present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. Ooh. Let's get it. Yeah, Dee, I'm on you. I'm on you. Will the witness state her name and occupation? Dee Vasquez. I am a producer for Global Studios. On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer Studio 2. In the trailer of Studio 2. As everyone else here knows, yes. I dislike needless banter. If you must pontificate, do it when I'm not here. But very well, Miss Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder. Nick, I know she did it. Make her pay. Right. If she's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down. Why are you talking like that? That was weird. That was a weird choice of words in general. I entered the studio a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 sharp and ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. And at 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later when we all went to Studio 1. That's all. Right. Alright, we're pressing on everything. We're no longer losing health over silly stuff. I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you? The van. There's a van at Studio 2. I had him take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk. With that money, I thought it might be risky to walk. What with that monkey's head toppling over? Okay. So they use the van. I see. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination. This is the final battle, Nick. Let's do it, and I'm ready. Alright. I entered the trailer a little before noon. Press. By yourself? Yes. And you didn't stop at the employee area? No. Are you always this terse? Yes. Oh dear. The meeting began at 12 sharp. It ended at 4. Right. Did no one leave during the meeting? No one. Ah. Come on, let's talk a little more about that. Objection. Edgeworth. Now we know what we're coming back to. The witness did not come here to engage in idle conversation. Stop interrupting the testimony, you bitch. The same could be said to you, Mr. Edgeworth. And please stop banging on your little desk. It hurts my ears. I like how Edgeworth's finally getting his clownage. Like, I hate how, like, the first couple trials, like, everyone was, like, on him. Like, everyone was, like, totally engrossed in his, like, bowing and like, annoyance. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. Okay. And when exactly was that? I've forgotten. You've forgotten? Maybe you could try remembering? No. Bro, are you serious? The meeting ended at 4 o'clock and the rehearsal was scheduled for 5. I would think it was between those times. You would think, come on, all you did was state the obvious, Edgeworth. But at least he did try, I'll give him that. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. Hold on, you had Sal take you? What does that even mean? It means what the f I just said. I had Sal take me in the Studio 2 van. Oh, right. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. Well, Nick, find anything? I kind of wish she said a little more. It's hard. I think she's pretty used to being the boss. I'm pretty sure you'll find some kind of contradiction in what she said elsewhere. Yeah, no, someone did get up during that meeting. Ugh. Okay, here we go. Okay, we just need to show her the steak. Ha! As I thought. You claim you ate a T-bone steak. But I say you did not. What's this now, Mr. Wright? Look at this. It's a plate. This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, it's a large bone has been left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Miss Vasquez and Mr. Manella ate at a table outside the trailer. Okay. Yet, there were no bones left on the plates. The plates were bare! Miss Vasquez, tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? I think I know how. You ate the bone too? What kind of bone-headed comment is that? You didn't eat the steak. You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like that incinerator. Yeah. I see. Then, what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? Picking on Salmonella? Meeting the Steel Samurai? She was meeting with the Steel Samurai. I told you, Dee, I'm on you. Order! Are you saying? Yes, Your Honor. As Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the Steel Samurai, and then you did it. You killed him with your own hands. Ooh, the three gavel, the 3 time. Mr. Wright, isn't that a little presumptuous? What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it? Yes. Fascinating. And here I was worrying today would be a bit boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I. Any day, Vasquez. Good luck, Nick. Let's hear your other testimony. Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? Oh yes, the samurai spear. Yes? I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon? You couldn't. I think you would have a great difficulty using that as a weapon. Pretty much anyone would. Huh, you see? Yes, however, that has no bearing on this case. Meaning? The samurai spear was not the murder weapon. What? I knew that. That was easy enough. After they already declared that it was a heavy thing to use, why would anyone decide to use something as clunky as a samurai spear? No, that was for a whole other issue that we won't get into right now. What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body. I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon. Is that? Wrong, Mr. Wright. But I haven't said anything yet. I know you well enough by now to know when you're going to present the wrong— Oh, f you! Oh, you're a piece of work. You're such a piece of work, bro. You suck. Oh my gosh. I can sense it too with my fey blood. Okay, so I picked the wrong evidence. Enough with all the sensing. Alright, here's the real evidence. I can prove that the samurai spear wasn't the murder weapon. What do you want me to do? What? What do you want me to say? They ran him over? The actual spear itself? The spear that was broken? I present my proof, the so-called murder weapon. But that is the murder weapon. Not so fast. Remember that this spear broke during the morning action scene run-through, but someone fixed the spear. It was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who is wearing a thick costume with this through the chest? I mean, yeah, say it with your chest, Phoenix, but like, I don't know. Order. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're... Silence! I'm the one testifying here, and I will be heard. Are you quite sane? Oh, sorry. Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, then pray tell what was? How was Hammer killed? Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us what happened or what weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer? I can tell you. Would I make a claim that if I couldn't tell you? Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was? I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Oh, this judge he's laying into me this episode. But watch this! The correct murder weapon. Look at the, ooh, and I did it. Look at this photo. What is this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing, oh sorry, why, that's Jack Hammer standing at the top of the stairs. Hell yeah. Order. If I cannot have order, this trial will be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is all this about? This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. It was a close-kept secret at the studios. What does this have to do with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it. See the fallen man in this photo. See how the fence post pierced him through the chest? What? Are you saying? Yes. What happened 5 years ago happened again. So who was that person to Dee Vasquez? See, this is something so that somebody had to mean, think about it, y'all. That somebody had to mean something to Vasquez. Because in my eyes, look how shocked she was in that photo that Justin had killed that person. Now, to me, her recreating the same way that murder was carried out, and I'm not a psychologist, but just think about it for a second. That murder being carried out against Hammer in the same way that Hammer committed against that person by accident, that meant that had to be personal enough for her to do it. Or at the very least, maybe she thought she could get away with it again because the fence post is already bent. I don't know. That remains to be seen. Mr. Wright, continue. It's 2:30 p.m. on the day of the murder. Miss Dee Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs into the fence. Just like Mr. Hammer had himself done 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say. In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way that he caused another man to die 5 years ago. And there are two people, or sorry, there are two very similar qualities in each of the deaths that we see. Miss Vasquez, y'all are staying with me, right? Remember that theory I said earlier? Damn it. Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? Very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my scriptwriting staff. You deny that what I say is true? Mr. Wright. Let's say, for the sake of argument, that Mr. Hammer died at the trailer, as you say. Yet, the body was found at Studio 1, was it not? And in the evil magistrate's costume, no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio 1 and returned to the trailer all in the space of a 15-minute break? How could I have disposed of the body? The break in the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes, from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio 1 and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time. Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body? What? She had another way. What if she had another way to carry the body other than with her own hands, using the van that she had already claimed that Salmonella drove her to the location she mentioned before? For instance, actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body. Interesting. Let's hear it then. Mr. Wright, Please show us how she carried the body. Easy. With this freaking van. Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio 1, and you used the studio van to do it. Yeah, I'm on you this episode. What did I tell you? The last episode I told you already. The last episode I told you. I am on to you. Not just words. Recall your testimony. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. There was a van there, right? I had Sal drive me. You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Then, before anyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate costume. What? That was her face. She wanted to have this battle of wits. Hold on, Wright. Don't forget it was Sal Manella that drove the van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manella was Yes, of course he was. Of course, Sal Manella has to have been a conspirator. Who talks like that? The body had to be placed in a van and put into the costume. There's no way Miss Vasquez could have done that alone. Also, don't forget they had to dispose of the Steel Samurai costume. They had to because it was covered in Jackhammer's blood. They probably burnt it in that small incinerator. Well, Miss Vasquez, shall I continue? No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose. You win. It was fun. I win. What? What the fuck? What the fuck? So what happens next? Me? Don't you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? Huh? I lost? Something like that. I just said that. Wait, so you mean Dee Vasquez, so it was you? You killed Jack Hammer? Now see, this is gonna give me a headache, bro. What? Who can say? Huh? Are you sure I did? Mr. Wright, we just engaged in a battle of wits. In the result of that battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer. Right, but that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright. What? I mean, yeah, I guess. Order! Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Of course, it's as the witness says. Certainly, it does seem very likely she did it, but, there's no proof. Edgeworth isn't sure. Well, I came here as a witness today. If you've no more questions, I'll be leaving. What do I do now? Testify again. I'd like you to testify again. Testify again? Know when to give up, Mr. Wright. Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before. The truth, Mr. Wright. I've already said all there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? You'd ask the same questions, get the same answers, a waste of time. Damn! Kale! Nah, Mia, I need you to... Seance, bro. I need Mia back in the court. As it seems there are no further questions, I would like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Miss Vasquez. Yeah, object to that. Was that by Edgeworth? Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't. He folded. I can't believe he interrupted the court of law to fold. You ain't the protagonist, bro. Leave the objection whenever all else fails and I'm the only hope. Leave that shit to me, cuz. You are not the main character. Edgeworth. Oh, Edgeworth. I see, very well. What the f- Your Honor, I request that the witness testify again. You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I am your witness. I just want to hear your testimony again. Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see what we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes. Mr. Edgeworth, I too see a little point in making Miss Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly did you want her to testify about? Well, yes, indeed, verily, I say ergo. Stop. Be me, bro. You are not built different. You are not built different. You are of the same cut from the cloth as everyone else. I'm the main protagonist. I want to hear about what happened after they found the body. After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter. Nick, why did Edgeworth... Who knows? He probably realized she did it too. But wasn't he the one that said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that? Edgeworth. Yeah, I'm kind of like wondering that too. I was with Sal and Oldbag, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. The security lady, Oldbag, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers, saying he did it. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Then I went home. Okay, so naturally we'll press her for everything first. I see no issues raised by this testimony. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Okay, Nick, we're real close. She may be acting tough now, but if you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Find the key you need and twist the truth out of her, Nick. Right. Alright, let's do this. Press her for everything first, then we'll try. I was with Sal and Oldbag, the security lady, when we found the body. Right. What time was that? We were supposed to meet at the rehearsal. We were supposed to meet 5 for the rehearsal. I'd say it was then. When exactly did you and Mr. Manella arrive at the studio? About 10 minutes before. I wasn't stuffing any bodies into costumes, mind you. Right. Press harder. Where were the other employees when you got to the studio? They weren't there yet. Well, then you could have put Hammer in that costume with Salmonella's help. Oh? What did I just say? Did I not just say I wasn't stuffing any bodies into any costumes? You should try to listen to what people are saying, boy. But boy? The witness will continue her testimony. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. Mr. Powers was taking a nap, correct? So he says. Did no one go to call him? Remember. Remember? What? There was a dead body lying in front of us, yet you expect me to be calm. You certainly seemed calm enough when I accused you of murder. Press harder. Wait a second. Wouldn't that be the other way around? The other way around? You discovered a murdered body and one person was missing, right? Wouldn't you normally go looking for the missing person? I have to agree with the defense on this one. Well, Miss Vasquez. Logically speaking, perhaps, but no one was there thinking very logically, I assure you. Also, without his Steel Samurai costume, Powers doesn't really stand out. We often left him at the bus. Damn! We often left him... Well, I gotta read this in a normal voice because this is kind of messed up. We often left him on the bus when shooting at a location. No one noticed he was missing. Poor Powers. Well, I suppose there's that. Very well, Miss Vasquez, you may continue. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. Okay. What was everyone else doing at that time? No one said a thing. It was silent, completely silent. So we stood there until Powers finally arrived on the scene. Sorry, I'm late. Then, silence. Dead silence. Okay. Silence. Hey, Nick. Why is everyone so quiet? Someone should do something to lighten things up. The security lady, Oldbag, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers saying he did it. Oldbag, the security lady. Why did the security lady think Powers had done it? She said because she saw him going toward the studio. Right, the Steel Samurai. Did the detective arrest Powers based solely on the security lady's word? Perhaps not. She seems to have also given the detective that photograph. Of course, I heard all this after the fact. That photograph, meaning the one taken by the security camera. She's not known for exhibiting the best sense of judgment when it comes to Hammer. Okay, I don't think there's anything there I can use. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. You asked to be left out. Yes. It seems that everyone else was questioned, and I'm really not fond of that sort of thing. But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question. Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand that since we were in a meeting. There was no way we could have been involved. Thus, they covered for us. Covered for you? Or covered it up for you? There must have been a lot riding on it with all of these bigwigs at the meeting. I'm sure our professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Right, the script and your direction notes. Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen. No, I guess not. Press harder. Wait a second. I thought you only came to Studio 1 for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring up your script and notes? Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why? There was a murder after all. Who could think of rehearsing after that? Interesting, yeah, I guess. Very well. Miss Vasquez, please continue. Ooh, hold on. Your Honor, I have an objection to the witness's last statement. Huh? What? Edgeworth, what are you doing? Think. Miss Vasquez said she didn't bring the script because there couldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have had to know about the murder before going to Studio 1. Holy cow, dude, Edgeworth, what is going on with you? Okay, I'll take the help though. Order. I didn't have to lose any health over that. Mr. Edgeworth, what you have just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Or are you thinking of a career change to defense? I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role. Now, Miss Vasquez, do you have an explanation? I can't believe Edgeworth is helping me. So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense. What kind of court is this? No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal. Very well, the witness will change her testimony to reflect this reason. I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left them behind. How did you know about the injury? How did I know? Sal, he told me. Sal, the director. You have to find something to peg this on her here, or else everything we've done now will have been wasted. I believe in you, Nick. Go get him. I got it. You knew that Hammer was injured. Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers. What? Okay. So it took forever to find, but we got it. Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo, but that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Pretending? One person was... I thought that was... Okay, I did cut out a good portion of that because I was not trying to lose health. So sorry if my YouTube watchers are probably looking at this wondering why I did that. I did that because that was the first thing that came to my mind. It was weird to me that she was like, Sal told me. But the only person who was like there, only people who were there were supposedly Oldbag, the director, and obviously like the producer's director, whatever. And then obviously these two, right? And then it says that person was Mr. Powers and Will Hammer. And then he says, like, Phoenix goes on to say, now why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? I thought that it was pretty sound. I'm like, Mr. Hammer who was injured. Oh, wait, what? Oh, I'm seeing what he's saying now. Okay, that's why it took me so long. I was not connecting those two dots. Okay, let me go back. I was lost because I was trying to figure out why her testimony about how she thought the Steel Samurai, aka the person behind the Steel Samurai costume, or would presume to be behind the costume, would have been injured when we've already proven that it was actually Will or Justin who is actually in that costume. So now the contradiction lies in the fact that it actually wasn't Justin who was in that, it wasn't actually Will who was in that costume, it was Justin. Will was the person who got injured. The Steel Samurai did not. Two different identities. I hadn't connected those dots either, so that's why it took me so long. Oh, I already said it. It was Sal who told me. That's right, he must have gotten it wrong. I think not. Mr. Manella was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? So I was getting the disconnect wrong. So yeah, it would be Sal telling her the wrong thing and her going through with that and trying to use that at court, when actually the truth is that, actually, you didn't hear anything from Mr. Manella. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes. Because that would have been, because obviously, well, wait a minute. So she saw Justin Hammer limping. That doesn't seem right either. Why would he be limping in the Steel Samurai? If it was all orchestrated. What the oh yeah, hold on, we gotta go back. We gotta double back on this. So Justin saw Will get injured. So that's why he was limping in the photo. Shortly after the whole thing went down though, he went to go meet Vasquez. Vasquez saw him limping. So that's why she's trying to say in the testimony that she saw Justin, or saw the Steel Samurai limping. Okay. Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured? Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. Yeah, because he knew. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Ah, and when was he doing this? Well, it would have been after he put on the Steel Samurai costume and he went to Studio 2 where he was murdered. Exactly. Miss Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. Okay. And Mr. Hammer was in the Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning. Ah. Okay. Wow. I wouldn't have gotten this. I mean, I haven't gotten anything wrong, but I've just been kind of like prodding where I need to prod and been getting it. So let's keep getting it. Order, order. I will have order. Witness. Can you refute this claim? Yeah, let's see you sneak out of this one, Vasquez. Very well. I have a question for you. Why are the real killers so persistent? Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he'd fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death, nothing. Yes, you would need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? If there was a reason, it is unclear to this court. Why does the defense have anything to say on them, or does the defense have anything to say on that matter? In other words, can you provide proof she had a motive? Of course I can. I heard the rumors. Okay, I have proof, and I'll show it to you. I present to the court evidence as to Miss Vasquez's motive in this murder through this 5-year-old photo. This is my proof. This is the photo from before. The photo reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Miss Vasquez? 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With Dee Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently for this trial, it began on that day 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom. His guilt weighed him down, no doubt. However, you, Dee Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you. You made him work for you for petty change. Bringing us to the present day, in Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate. Yes, undoubtedly it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star. One moment, Mr. Wright. We are talking about motives here, yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if it was Mr. Hammer who had killed Dee Vasquez, not the other way around. What motive would Miss Vasquez have? Yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have had no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income for me, and I never get rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine. Mr. Wright, please explain Mr. Vasquez's... Oh. What? Reveal the evidence. Okay, allow me to present to the court evidence proving Miss Vasquez's motive. I mean, the freaking photo is enough, isn't it? The photo. This is my proof, and this tells us Miss Vasquez wanted to kill Miss Hammer. I'd say it all proves is the defense's attorney. Wait, I'd say all it proves is that the defense attorney has completely lost his marbles. Mr. Wright, the court requests that you find your marbles immediately, and I'm afraid I have to penalize you for this waste of the court's time. Yeah, I know, I messed this up. I don't think she had a motive. She had no motive. She had no motive, Your Honor. What's that now? I just needed to make sure. And y'all are gonna be like, yo, yeah, you did it wrong. Yeah, I did it wrong, but it was to be sure. I just wanted to make sure I was covering my bases here. It was for blood. All Ms. Vasquez did was push him off the stairs in self-defense. What's that now? It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Ms. Vasquez. Over the... What? I get it, but like... That's pretty simple. I mean, yeah. What? What? She did it in self-defense. Okay, so the way this thing goes is this. Dee Vasquez had rise. He was at the peak of his fame. Hammer didn't want anything going on with his career. So what had originally happened was he was planning to kill Dee and ended up getting clapped. So maybe Dee didn't orchestrate anymore, but she's part of the mafia. I don't know. This is weird. We'll keep going. Your Honor, Jack Hammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to fool the security lady into thinking he was Powers. Then Jack Hammer made his way to the trailer, so literally he was out for blood. What? And for what purpose, you ask? To kill Dee Vasquez, who had so cruelly taken advantage of him all those years. Damn. Look at her snap her pipe. Her pipette. Smoking's not good for you anyways, Dee. It's not a good look on a lady like you. So, you did do it, didn't you? Yes, I am guilty. It was me. Someone call an ambulance! There's blood everywhere. We're too late. Ah, Miss Vasquez. What happened here? Manuel fell from the trailer stairs. Manuel! Miss Vasquez, please try to remain calm. No, how could this? It was an accident. Mr. Hammer was doing an action scene and... No, Manuel, don't touch him, Miss Vasquez. No! Please don't die, please. Okay. Let's see this touching. Let's see this big reveal. Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose. Again. Okay. What? Mr. Edgeworth, where's Dee Vasquez? In the waiting lobby, Your Honor, as calm and collected as ever. I see. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. It appears you have brought yet another miracle to the court. I thank you, Your Honor. I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers was innocent. That he should be found so is only natural, not a miracle. Yes, you're right. Very well. This court finds the defendant Will Powers not guilty. Yay! Yeah, let's get him out of it. Let's obviously get him that out of here. So that is all. This court is adjourned. Okay, well we did it, but like that kind of felt a little anticlimactic. October 20th, 1:12 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. I'm just glad you're okay. Yes, but it's sad. I know that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that he wanted to kill Miss Vasquez, but to think that he tried to frame me for the murder, it makes me sad. Tell me why, Mr. Wright. Huh? Tell me! Why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me? Well, this is what I think. Mr. Hammer wanted to put the blame on you because he's freaking famous. Or because he wanted fame. Imagine I show him the T-bone steak here. He wanted to kill you because of this. Because the steak was overdone? Like, I don't get it. Like, because of that. It's because you were the Steel Samurai. Because I was the Steel Samurai. Mr. Hammer was a big star once, but he was reduced to acting in a kid's show. And as the villain to boot. The kids loved the Steel Samurai, and so he hated you. I think I understand. He could have just told me. I would have changed plays with him anytime. Aw. I think you're missing the point. Thank you. I'm just glad it's all over. So am I. So am I. Congratulations, Will. Oh. Thanks to you, I'll be able to don the Steel Samurai outfit once more. I can't wait to get back into that sweaty costume and... is something wrong? No, of course not. Nick! Edgeworth! What you want, Edgeworth? Why you come at me like that? Say something right. I'm not good at small talk. Huh? What? Oh, you trying to be friends? That was too bad, Edgeworth. You don't waste any time gloating, do you? No, I really wanted to thank you. Vasquez would have gotten away if you hadn't stepped in. Pleased to meet you. I'm Powers. Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers. Liar. Right. I must say, I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years. Meet you again? Meet again? However, in retrospect, it would have been better had we not met. Thanks to you, I am saddled with unnecessary feelings. Whoa! Whoa! Unnecessary feelings? Yes, unease and uncertain. Okay, we cool. We cool. I was getting ready to say, whoa, bro. I like, aren't those kind of things unnecessary? They only serve to get in my way. You listen to me, Phoenix Wright. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. That's what I came here to tell you. What the f- Was that guy your friend? Hell nah. What? Friends as if. They're rivals. Rivals, right, Nick? For now, we are, I guess. Huh? Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Come on, Nick. Tell me, what's the deal with you in Edgeworth? Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out too. What the hell is the backstory with that? And so the curtain closed on another trial. I caused quite a stir by revealing that accident from 5 years ago. It was the talk of the town. Thankfully, Global Studios rethought its programming change. They went back to making kid shows again. I mean... You mean to tell me that this crusty, dusty, musty, terrible writer, Salmonella, gets out on top of all of this with his pervert pink princess show that he was trying to freaking pitch to us during our investigation? Nick, this is it. The new show starts today. You're going to watch it with me, right? I'll admit I was kind of surprised. I didn't think they'd seriously go through with it. You have to buy trading cards too, okay? We have to trade with Cody and that assistant. Fine, fine. Isn't it great that Will Powers gets to play the lead again? Excuse me? I wonder if they'll show his real face this time. I don't know. I don't think the world is ready for Will Powers. Wait, what do you mean he gets to play the lead? Is he gonna be the pink princess? All right, a brand new episode has been added. Looks to me like a parakeet, a magician, Edgeworth looking kind of pissed, and somebody else on the bottom that I didn't quite get to see. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, that was that was Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. This was episode 3, the final day, the trial. We are now going to episode 4 next time, the Turnabout Goodbyes. It was kind of a good episode. I liked it more than anything. I think that it's definitely more of like a twist the narrative a bit kind of case. It wasn't like too shocking. I think I kind of had it figured out after that investigation somewhat, that Dee was the mastermind. So I'm pretty glad that it's over, if I'm being real. I think that case was really cool initially, but then it started like taking a lot of turns, and then I was able to predict it. But please leave a like and subscribe if you like that video. Love each and every one of y'all. Peace.